Hello guys and welcome back to the GPC quarterfinals. So first of all, um, this match will be uploaded a bit after I had done this match. Main reason because like in the weekend I played this like a couple days after Sun and Moon came out. I was just casually playing through the game during the week. I'm still playing through it, having a lot of fun, and hadn't that much time to record. So hopefully this will be up. I think about one and a half week after I did the match. Doesn't really matter. I don't think my opponent has already uploaded his side. Maybe when I upload he will, but I don't know. So as I just said, I don't think my opponent has already uploaded his side. Maybe he has at the point I will upload this match, but we will see for that. So first of all, second of all, my opponent, due to some unforeseen circumstances, I could say, some memeing in the last week of both me and my opponent in our respective matches, ended up me in third place, he in second place, and that is none other than Schady. And I have to say, I consider Schady like the best player in the GPC in the current season. And yeah, I was hoping I would face him in the finals, but yeah, that didn't happen. I face him now in the quarterfinals. So what does this mean? This means if we beat him, we advance to semifinals. We beat him like probably the best contender there is at the championship, and we move on. If we lose, we're out. We lost to the best contender. Hopefully we put in all we had and give him a good fight, but we will see how that will go. So onto our respective teams. You can see them here. Won't do a really in-depth team builder. Why? Sets I brought weren't that special, and yeah, his team consists of yeah, you can see the ones he brought here. He brought Cloister, Jirachi, Galdio, Megadiancy, Miltank, Mungus. So first of all, he also had a Ludicolo, which meant he had a Cloister, a Galdio and Ludicolo, 3 offensive water types. One of the types my team struggles the most with is offensive water types. Why? Because my main water resists are Alomomola and Tankla. Both kinda are easily set up for it, and also they both don't take like hits from Galdio on the fighting hits from Galdio that well. They also Tankla doesn't deal with the ice type moves from Cloister. Alomomola is kinda Cloister can kinda set up all over Alomomola even. If it has like something like Sop, Shell Smash, Ice Cold Spear, Hydro Pump, something like that, totally destroys my team. Ludicolo can just win a grass move, a water move, ice move, plus Rain Dance, Life Orb, Modest, Hoppakey, also runs through my team. Galdio can be a couple of sets. Specs destroys me. He could be Scarf as a Revenger, Subcall Mind, or just regular Calm Mind destroys me. Taunt can be annoying for me. So he can do a lot of things, and those 3 are really scary for my team. They also have Jirachi. Jirachi is more general annoyance. Might be a more Spudev, it might be just an E-Belt, a Lurch set, to kind of take on things like Domfern and Clefable in that way. Especially for Clefable, it's really nice. Megadiancy, some of them, I have some ones that can kind of deal with it, but Diamond Storm, Moonblast, Earth Power is really good coverage for my team, and can definitely be a big threat. He brought the Miltank most likely for a kind of Weavile check, and then Mungus. Didn't really expect a Mungus that much, but yeah, it could be a number of things. Most likely it will deal with Clefable also. So that's that. The mons he left on the bench more so than his yeah, that's Ludicolo as I mentioned, and the other things were like Salamence also can be a big threat, but I have a Weaver and a Fable, so he could still bring it. If he would bring it, it would be like a Life Orb mixed Breaker. I could definitely have seen that coming on top of my head. And some other things, I will just quickly look it up because I don't want to leave anything up. So yeah, the other 2 mons I forgot to mention were Golek and Skuntank. Also 2 mons that definitely could have gone, because Golek stops at least Thunderous from Voltridge all over his team. Could be Goldberry, because Drapions could be like a nice tag on the Thunderous, because it hits Jirachi and the Golurk really nicely. And also Skuntank could definitely be there, because yeah, Skuntank does quite well versus some of my mons, especially like Chandelier can be a bit of a threat in a certain way to his team. Is shot down kind and trapped by Skuntank. Skuntank just has the poison coverage for things like a Fable, can run Sucker Punch to deal with Thunderous. Dewford could run something like Dark Pulse, Fire Blast for the Aggron and Tangela. So overall, it definitely had its niche, I would definitely say. But ultimately he decided on D6, I decided on D6, so I left on the bench Alomola, mainly because Schady is a really great player, and I know he will definitely account for Alomola in his prep, and he might bring some setup and capitalize on Alomola that way, so I didn't really want to bring it. Also left Hexers on the bench. Hexers was quite nicely offensively, but kind of hard to set up with Hexers, and also yeah, the other mons just had a better role for the team than Hexers would have. Flygon, I thought of maybe a Scarf Flygon, but ultimately I decided not to go with Flygon because it can't really break some of his mons, mainly things like Miltank. And yeah, you have to lock yourself into either the Dragon move or the ground move, which is also not something you would always want. And then, so those two I didn't bring the Chandelier, because Chandelier is kind of walled by if it's a Miltank with Thick Fat, and also Pursuit Trap by Skuntank potentially. So that's those three. And then the last mons I didn't bring were mainly the Behia, also kind of Pursuit Trap and dealt with by the Skuntank mainly. So that's those four, and I think the last mon on my team that I didn't bring, or did I have? Yeah, I don't really recall the last mon. Yeah, I named all 5 mons. So what then did I bring? So I brought D6. So Weavile is kind of nice for his team, but I thought, okay, Life Orb is still probably the best, but it still has Magdiancy, but Ice Crash is quite a number to it. Kinda Ice Crash is also nice for things like Amoonguss. Knockoff is generally nice for as the main step, so knockoff Ice Crash. Then Ice Shot's also nice because of the Salamence mainly. And then when we look at it, we don't hit Keldeo that hard, but still Keldeo still takes quite a nice amount of damage from the knockoff, and yeah, it's still a threat for my team. But yeah, I decided, okay, Aerial is probably not worth it. But then there's Miltank, and Miltank can be annoying, can take 2 low kicks, so could maybe run like Choice Bandit, try to go that way with Rock Shot, maybe knockoff 2-shot, I don't know, I don't even think it does. But yeah, so I put a hidden attack move on this Weavile, and you will see in the match how that turned out. Then Clefable is a very standard Clefable. It's Wish Protect, Thunder Wave, Moonblast. I went with Wish Protect because Wish is nicely for mons like Dewford or Aggron and Tangela. Even with Wish I could bring in Weavile or Thunders more safely. Thunder Wave just to slow things down, especially something like Keldeo, Cloyster, Jirachi, all really nice if I could 2-wave them. And Moonblast just is the general best step. I have thought about the Flamethrower, but still Flamethrower wouldn't do that much to Amoonguss. If it's Def Rachi also doesn't take that much. If it's Command Rachi, could work, but ultimately I decided this was better. I had to be unaware. It's really unfortunate. I didn't really like unaware, but Cloyster would just after Shell Smash otherwise totally destroys my whole team. So I definitely had to put unaware on that. Also helps with Calm and Keldeo a bit better. So I kinda had to run that. Thunderous is like one of the win cons. It's an agility variant, it's modest life up. It Okos or 2-shot, otherwise 2-shots. I think almost his entire team. It has Dark Pulse for the Jirachi, for the Golurk, Thunderbolt main stab and then HP flying for things, especially for things like Among Us and it's just in general better. So yeah, can definitely be a nice win con if played correctly. Then Aggron would go over that as last because that's the main win con here. Then we have Donphan. Donphan is max def AV, kind of there to Rapid Spin and knock off Ice Shard and Earthquake. Why? Ice Shard helps with Salamence also, and knockoff and Earthquake is like the main stab. Knockoff is also really nice to have on this mon. So ultimately no rocks, because I thought it would be better to get rid of the rocks on my side than have rocks up on both sides. I went with the AV because then it can take hits from like Magdians especially a lot better, which is really nice because that still does quite a number to my team. And it's really nice that I've Donphan like as a semi-check for it. It's like not to hit KO'd by it and some other mons he had like the Salamence. So a really nice, yeah, really nice Donphan set. Also, could even try to surprise things like the Cloister, like the Keldeo, because it can still take a Scald or even a Hydro quite well. Because it's max def AV, it takes it, and with Earthquake can deal a lot of damage back. Then Tangela. Tangela was kind of last addition. Why? I otherwise didn't have a Hydro switch in from Keldeo, so I put Spadef Tangela on there. Spadef Tangela. It's not that great, but it helps with the water types a bit better. It has Giga Drain for the Cloister and the Keldeo, Sludge Bomb mainly for the Cola if you bought it, and HPI is not to be set up for something like Salamence mainly. So yeah, then we have the main win con, that's Aggron. Aggron is the curse set. So it's max HP, max def, just curse, curse heavy slam, and then we have sleep talk and rest. So if you look at Steam, this beats, it sets up and beats Among Us, Miltank and Jirachi. So that's really nice. It can capitalize on those three mons. It can take two Earth Powers from a Mega DNC and one shots it back. So it also deals with that. Depending on the Cloister set, it could deal with it. It could kind of shell smash alongside me, but after like one boost, I think easily two-shot it. So I deal with it quite nicely. Keldeo is like the main problem for it. If he has Hydro, it does like 60. It depends what kind of set he is. If he's Life of Specs, then it deals more. If he has no boosting item, still does a number. If he has Focus Blast, which is one of the options he could bring, he could not. Yeah, it most likely one-shots me. But if that Keldeo, if I can get it gone from the match, or even, yeah, most likely I need it gone, but you can even can't repeatedly switch it in, because non-invested heavy slam still does like 30-35%, so almost to guaranteed 3-hit KO. If I get a curse up on something, then Keldeo comes in, it's almost two-shotted. So it can do that the whole match. So if I can bring this in like repeatedly and threaten his mons out, get in that Keldeo, get off that damage on Keldeo, then I can definitely get rid of it in like 3-4 hits, or even force it in and kill it with one of my other mons. And that would definitely be great. Keldeo gone means Mega Aggron kind of wins the game. So that's what we are going for. So right off the bat, I thought he would most likely lead with either like Miltank or Rachi to set up rocks most likely, because that deals with my team really well. So I decided, okay, what mon on my team kind of beats something like Miltank and Rachi 1v1. That's the Aggron. But that's exactly what we go for. Oh, music off. So we go Aggron, he goes Jirachi, and I just go for curse turn 1, because the play is if he expects this and goes hard Keldeo, he's a lord, but most likely he thinks I'm setting up rocks or something. So curse turn 1, a heavy slam turn 2 in what most likely is the Keldeo switching, get around 45 to 50-ish% of something around there. So he decides with Jirachi, I thought maybe rocks, U-turn, turn up. No, he decides to first turn go for the Thunder Wave, and I'm like, oh god, what will happen here? So will this come into play a lot, or will this not? We will just have to see. So I set up this curse. And as I said, I will go for the heavy slam. What does he do? He U-turns, he even crits me. 6% might not matter, might be that crucial chip he needs. So here goes Keldeo, here is the damage, what I need. It's about half of its HP, straight gone. Keldeo weakened, Mega Aggron looking a lot better. But no, the game says no, guys. We get paralyzed, hoppakee, turn 2 and the paralyze is already happening. So I'm forced out, this Keldeo is still at 100%. And I think to myself, I have no clue what this Keldeo is. So if it's a boosting item, if it's straight up specs, Tangela is most likely the safest bet, because Clefable still kinda need Clefable healthy for the cloister in the back, and also yeah, Clefable doesn't take like 2 life up Hydro Pumps or 2 specs Hydro Pumps. So I go into the Tangela. As he reveals to have the Focus Blast, even lands it quite nicely. Does over health, but still this is a non-boosting item Keldeo, so that's good to know. He also saw, okay, I switched in Tangela now on that Focus Blast, still the over health, but I think yeah, you might think I would go into like Clefable around here, so I thought, okay, who even hits 2 Focus Blasts in a row? I thought, no, that's silly. I thought he would switch, and I thought it would be nice to get Tangela healthy, and also could make a double. But if I make like a double, on what would I want to capitalize? Like what would he switch into this Tangela? Like most likely something like Rachi or Mungus. So what would I go? I could go hard Weavile, but I thought if he just Focus Blast or Weavile or Mega Aggron, or even Thunders, but if he Focus Blast again, he kills 2 out of those 3, and Thunders he's faster and kills after. So that doesn't work, so I decided to go for Synthesis. As indeed makes the double back into the Rachi. I just heal up. Here I think I go into Donphan, knowing he will most likely U-turn, so it doesn't really matter in what I go, because he can capitalize like on almost everything. But I thought, I think I went Donphan, because if he U-turns into like Keldeo and thinks, okay, going to one-shot this Donphan, I live, get off that earthquake damage, that's really nice for me. So he U-turns indeed into the Keldeo. I don't recall, I don't really know, I think I live a Hydro from this range, but I also think at this point that I was like, okay, this Donphan could definitely be really nice to get rocks off the field. So I didn't want to go for the EQ on the Keldeo right now. In hindsight, seeing this match now, I definitely should have, because Aggron was like the main win con. I think at this point in the game I also had like Thunders that could be the win con, so I think I made the switch into Tangela again, because I thought he saw me switching into Tangela once, so he might just go for the Hydro. It's also the safest bet on this Donphan. This also helps with the incoming Clefable, which would be the other switch besides the Tangela. So I think I go hard into Tangela again, kind of expecting the Hydro. If I remember, yeah, no. I go out into Clefable this time, so I do that correctly. As he fires off a Scald. This didn't burn. You could say luckily it didn't burn. Yeah, that's definitely true, because I'm unaware. So luckily it didn't burn. I could have stayed in with Donphan, taken it, but if he burned me with the Donphan, then the EQ would have done little to nothing, so that would have not been great. So here, okay, I will just set up a Wish. He most likely will switch out. Most likely Rachi, no, okay, he goes Among Us, also fine. I don't go for the Wish, I go for T-Wave, because it hits his whole team, okay, fair. So, T-Wave the Among Us, okay, not that big of a deal. Now we go for the, now I go for the Wish. Why? Could get a Clefable a bit healthy. Oh no, I know what play I make, okay. So, here, Among Us versus Clefable. Most of the time, I'm thinking, okay, Among Us wins this, I will most likely switch out if you look at my team, what would I switch in? Could go hard into Weavile Thunderers. Okay, that's a play, definitely. But those still doesn't really appreciate something like a Sludge Bomb. But Aggron is a nice play. So in my mind, I thought, okay, he would make, he will probably make double into Diancie, Jirachi, or Keldeo, or Cloyster. So those four, I think the top three is the best. I thought would most likely come in. Why? Cloyster and Keldeo are kind of like Cloyster to an extent. Keldeo immediately threatens out the Mega Aggron, so they can capitalize on that one. And also Jirachi can also capitalize on Aggron in the fact that it can U-turn immediately, which means it brings in the Keldeo. So if I go for Curse on the Jirachi and he brings in the Keldeo for free, the Curse did nothing. If I heavy slammed, like non-invested heavy slam to Keldeo, it does 30%. So it's not even that bad. So, and also Jirachi is a safe bet because Clefable doesn't do that much damage to Jirachi, especially not. Yeah, even Flinto does some damage, but I expected kind of a bulky Jirachi by seeing T-Wave in the U-turn. I thought it was more support. So yeah, I could make like the double here, kind of obvious. So I thought, let me just double T-Wave. Like if he doubles, and I get him on that one, because for me, Mega Aggron was a win con, but he also should know that Mega Aggron is a real big threat for his team and he doesn't want to let it come in for free. And same goes for my Thunderers. So I go for the double T-Wave, but no, he stays in and he goes for Toxic. So two things here. One, if Skull had burned, I wouldn't have been Toxic, and that would in the long run really help me. A burn would be better than a Toxic. And also he stayed in to Toxic my Clefable, meaning he called the unaware correctly, which is really fine by him. But also meant he paid like literally to no respect to Mega Aggron. I was like, why? So could have gotten at least Mega Aggron in for free, gotten off that heavy slam, and yeah, we could have been golden, guys. But no, didn't happen. So here I'm thinking, okay, can still takes hits quite nicely, and I just want to know what he goes from here, and I also want to heal up. So I think I throw up a Wish here, a Wish Protect I go for. As he reveals Clear Smoke, I believe that's the place here. No, he gets fully paralyzed. So here, I make the double because I'm still fairly healthy. I made the double into Thunders. Yeah, trying to get that offensive momentum going, because Wish is up, Clefable still at around 80%. So I can generate some offensive momentum. Go into Thunders. Big misplay, maybe. Should have made the play into Weavile. Why? They both have defense PDF. With the Wish they could definitely got in a lot of work, and I thought they both would threaten out the Amoonguss kinda. Weavile would have definitely threatened out the Amoonguss, most likely when he would go straight into Miltank. But I go Thunderous. He expects a double into one of the two and throws off a Toxic. Really nice by him. Also kind of a risk-free play in the sense that the Fable still doesn't do anything to this Amoonguss. So it was, and I take some Toxic damage in the process. Still not regarding Mega Aggron, of course. What do I do here? So I'm versus Amoonguss. I here kind of fuck up again. I'm really fucking up a lot in this game in the beginning. Why? Because I expected him to play a bit differently, I think, and here for some stupid reason I thought Jirachi would be more likely to be like the Thunderous answer, and I have Dark Pulse for Jirachi, and I thought, okay, if he's like Def Jirachi, I need to go for 2 modest level Dark Pulses to take him out. Doesn't do enough. But yeah, I saw U-turn and Thunder Wave already, so what could he have for me? So he doesn't really have anything to touch me if he's Wish Protect. Most likely he has Iron Head, so that would mean something like maybe I think in the end he had Ice Wind, so he had a way to touch me at least. But I definitely should have looked better at his team composition, and yeah, I could have regarded Jirachi as the answer, but I think at this point, even if Jirachi came in, like I can switch out on the Jirachi. Like U-turn doesn't do that much to my team, and if I predict the U-turn and stay in with Thunderous, I generate more momentum. And I should have just fired off a Modest Life of HP Flying. Would have definitely done like at least 2 shots of this Among Us. And yeah, so that would have been the play. But no, I have that mindset of defensive. Jirachi even doesn't. Yeah, it does make a bit of sense, but not that much. I should have just gone for the HP Flying, just overthinking too much. He goes for Clear Smoke, nice tag, helps with the setup, favorable setup, Thunderous. So this is like his main Thunderous answer. Here I'm at around 50%, and I'm thinking, okay, Thunderous can still kind of 2-shot it, but then it would be really low. Might even be in Rock's KO range, so I didn't really want that. So I thought, okay, let me go into Aggron finally, which I kind of should have done at the beginning. He goes for Clear Smoke, get Aggron in for free. So here he goes Mill Tank. I think I went for the Heavy Slam. Here, kind of expecting the Keldeo to come in, because yeah, it was like his only option. You will see later on, he reveals the item on the Keldeo. It's a non-boost card, it was leftover. So I would have done like 30%, he healed back 6%. So I thought Keldeo would definitely play. No, he went Mill Tank. Okay, here I think, okay, let me set up my curse. He sets up his rocks. Okay, fair. No, fully paralyzed twice in a row. So I think here I went for, also tried to set up the curse. No, didn't work. He went for EQ. I have no idea what he's doing. He is disrespecting my Aggron in my opinion a bit. So finally, after 3 times paralyzing, I was like, okay, curse now then. And now he makes play into Keldeo. Okay, fair, okay. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. Here I'm thinking, okay, still, this thing is healthy. Even at +1, don't really deal well with this Keldeo. I have to switch out. What have I? He has seen me switching into Tangela once before on the Focus Blast, like in the same situation. So I thought a Hydro is coming my way, expecting the Clefable to come in, because on the Focus Blast Clefable can kind of nicely come in. So I go out into Tangela. No, he goes for the Focus Blast again. Luckily he misses. Here I'm going for a Giga Drain. Why? I think capitalizing on the fact that he could potentially just stay in and expecting me to double, because I could, I kind of need to generate some momentum here, and making an offensive double is a way to do that. And the Fable of Keldeo catching me on offensive double means Keldeo gets a kill. So he makes a safe play into Among Us again. As I said, if I have played it more aggressively, hard into Aggron was not really the play, because that's Wincon. Hard to Weavile could have definitely worked. So here goes Among Us. I think I go into Aggron now right away. No, I go out into the Fable. Why do I go to Fable? I predicted I want to spin the rocks away, but I think, I don't know. Sorry guys, maybe I expected a double. Maybe that's it. I think I might have expected like Keldeo to come in, because for me also Aggron really obvious play here. But no, he does double toxic, so okay, I have to wish now. So I think I go for Wish Protect. Try to heal up, but as you will see here, I'm at 80%, so I have healed up a bit, but it doesn't help me that much. Now I go Aggron. He just keeps playing safe and disregarding Aggron a bit. Going for the Heavy Slam again. Finally doing some damage. Here you see how much it does. So as you can see, it's a 4th KO. It's kind of 4th KO, so that's nice. But yeah, this Keldeo could have kind of been dead, because it could have been taken a +1 and a normal Heavy Slam already. I couldn't yeah, just the para hex made this match really unfortunate for the Aggron. So I'm forced back out again. I've made this play like I think 20ish time. No, just kidding guys. I've made this play a couple of times, so I definitely expected him to, yeah, two things most likely. One, capitalize on it. Two, expect the Fable to come in, but I think in the end he just didn't have Hydro Pump, and I was just yeah, overthinking way too much. He goes Focus Blast. I'm thinking, okay, then that's it. There goes Tangela. He hits two in a row, claps to him. So here we go, Fable. I know I can touch him out. I know I can set up a wish here, but he reveals Substitute really nicely. Generates some toxic damage on me. I break a sub with a Moonblast. As you will see, break the sub as he goes for the Scald. As you can see, he didn't need to have Hydro. So I think here I wish again. And so a Moonblast comes in. I can do two things. One, I can generate some momentum. Two, I can just protect, be at 100%, take like toxic damage, but toxic damage racks up. So that's unfortunate. So the most likely thing is double. Now I finally make the play into Weaver, which I should have done like 20 turns ago, where he didn't expect it, and I could have grabbed some momentum for me. Now is the time that he finally makes a double. Is that double? Yeah, he finally makes a double into Keldeo, which I expected him to do like 20 turns ago, but he didn't. Now he does. But we are in this situation, guys, and Mega Aggron is still the win con. So I want damage on this Keldeo really badly. So I thought, okay, let me just go for knockoff. There is like a nice chance that he just stays in, because Scald is like a risk-free play. He most likely doesn't expect me to stay in with the Weavile. Scald still deals some nice damage to Fable. It's toxic, it's on a timer, so can kind of wear me down from there. So I go for the knockoff, and he stays in, guys. So that's really nice. It did only 36%, but he's now he loses his leftovers and he's in range of a +1 heavy slam. So that's really nice. I think maybe it's a wall, but I think it's in my favor at least. So he goes for a Scald, I believe, which I can take because I have some Weevil has some decent speed. Luckily no burn. So here it comes, guys. So I can go for knockoff or Icicle Crash, but I know that doesn't do that much, and I also know that why would he risk staying in now, because he knows Aggron still has a threat to his team. And if you look at his team, the NC can kinda come in, but it doesn't want to take two Icicle Crashes, especially not with the Mega Evolving, and I could pack coverage for it. So, and I thought at team composition he definitely Miltank is his main answer. So I whip out the Miltank crushing move. I'm focusing. Miltank comes in, and there it is, guys. Focus Punch Weavile on the Miltank. Bam, 88%. He can take two low kicks, as you can see. It doesn't take a Focus Punch into another move. So he had Rocky Helmet. I have some left. I take some life up. So I'm down to my last hit. Here I miscalc. I did the calcs for Miltank, and I thought Icicle Crash would kill. And then I thought, okay, Icicle Crash is best move, because if the NC comes in, if Keldeo comes in, it hits those both. And yeah, he kind of expects knockoff. So either Keldeo or the NC, if by any chance he would switch, those two would come in. So that's why I went Icicle Crash. Was a miscalc. So if I calculated correctly and I saw Icicle Crash didn't kill, I would definitely have went for knockoff, and it would have been a double down. Now, as you can see, he just barely hangs on. He also expected me to just kill him, and so he went for the body slam. Just he also said he didn't really regard Miltank as useful in this match. It could have been a bit scary if he healed up, but yeah, that's so I can bring in Donphan, and I can pick him off with an Ice Shard. Even with Tick, it does that 1% I need. So also Donphan is a bit nice, because this Donphan is max speed AV. If he brings in Keldeo thinking I can pretty much one-shot every Donphan there is, I can take the hit and I can kill the Keldeo with an Earthquake, and then all of a sudden Mega Aggron looks really nicely for him. So I'm kind of hoping that's the case, but no, he goes out into Cloister, and here it is. Okay, this could set up, this could maybe not, but like hard into Clefable is not the play because it can still two-shot me, so I have to go out. Yeah, I have to either stay in, but that also doesn't really work, so I have to sack yeah, the Thunderous. So that's exactly what I do. I kind of sack my Thunderous because Donphan couldn't two-shot it, so staying in was also not really an option. So we sack Thunderous, he just goes for the Hydro Pump, I go Clefable. I know I need the T-Wave. Could I have predicted a switch out? Yeah, I could have at this point, but it was a bit too risky because Shell Smash Cloister was still a threat. So he goes Amoonguss, fairly obvious. I think here we throw up a Wish trying to heal up, doesn't really work that much. He gets some health back, but now he makes like the Mirror Ground play into the Mega DNC, which is really nice for him. I think I go Donphan because I know it can take can take 2 Moonblasts from this range due to that AV and Speed F investment. He goes for Safe Protect. So okay, that's fine with me. I can at least go for Earthquake. He brings in Cloister. This is a 3-shot, that's really nice, but I also know I can only take 1 Hydro, and depending on his investment, not an Ice Cross Spear. But still, I can't go hard to Clefable because it's potentially two-shotted, so I have to just go for the EQs and then put him in range for Clefable after. So he misses, unfortunately for him, the first Hydro, go for the Earthquake, put him in range of my other 2 mons, but also put him in range of the next EQ because I take the Hydro. So, closing down, it's now 3-4. He goes Keldeo, can easily revenge me. I have to go Clefable because that's like the Aggron it one-shot. So he goes Mega DNC because that kind of covers both ways. If I go Aggron, I have to rest up on it because otherwise I lose, and yeah, Keldeo can still come in. So Mega DNC was definitely his play. I just go for the Moonblast. On the off chance he expected me to double into Aggron, stayed in with Keldeo. So I 3-shot this Mega DNC, which is kind of nice, and it most likely 2-shots me. So I can pull off 1 more Moonblast, but I get a special attack drop. So that's really nice because that would mean if it has Earth Power, which most likely has, it does a bit less damage to Mega Aggron. So as you can see, I live this Moonblast due to that special attack drop, otherwise I wouldn't even have lived. So, and then I Moonblast again, and yeah, now he has even -2 special attack, but yeah, I now die. But now Mega Aggron can come in. So what otherwise, like if this hex didn't happen, so yeah, he would have done 40 to 49%. I had to rest up to even have a chance because yeah, the Keldeo is there. So my yeah, I think my play would have been to rest up, because otherwise you could just repeatedly do I say this correctly? I think at least it would have been hard to pull back. Let's just keep it at this. It would have been really hard to pull back, probably needed rest plus the correct sleep talks and a bit luck, I don't know. But at least now he has -2 special attack, meaning he does little to nothing to my Aggron with Earth Power. Meaning I can just kill this and go from there. But also I beat Jirachi and Amoon's 1v1. So what I do need to happen is to get rid of that Keldeo. How do I get rid of the Keldeo? At +1 I might be able to do it, but also just 2 heavy slams kills it. So that's exactly what we go for. We go for the heavy slam. Keldeo comes in and I crit it. So Keldeo is gone now. Otherwise, what would have needed yeah, otherwise this Caldio could have done two things: go for Focus Blast. If he missed, he died, and it would have been in my favor. What he also could have done was Scalded, and with that Scald, and if he Scalds, I kill him, I'm most likely in range of the Mega DNC and he wins that way. But he also has the off chance that I do rest. If he Scalds and I rest up, and then he needs to go for the Focus Blast. So, and if he then misses the Focus Blast and I roll the correct Sleep Talk, I also win. So don't know what his play would have been, but it doesn't matter, I crit him. So we're looking, guys, to have a game again. After some really rough full paras in the first half of the game, yeah, some bad calls for me. Due to some unforeseen circumstance and some hacks in this late game part, we might be back in the game. So here the Earth Power comes out. Okay, he gets a nice roll, but I live and I break through, I kill it. So okay, we're down 2-1. If and here it comes, guys, it's Drapions. If I manage to break through this incoming para flinch, so the Iron Head plus paralyzed, I can rest up and I can win the game. If not, we lose. So first Iron Head comes out, bam, does 66%, and okay, I'm flinched. So second one, are we going to do it? No, we are not. So he's able to Iron Head flinch me down in the end and claim a 2-0 victory. So what can I say about this game, guys? It still was kind of close. It was a 2-0. It was definitely, as he also called it, a shit show. Why? Because there was just really a lot of hacks involved. It's also, yeah, I think I also didn't play optimally. I think I didn't really know his playstyle that well, which, yeah, I just made some not too great of calls, but I also expected him to play differently around the Mega Aggron with his, especially with the monster like his Caldio, and that yeah, led up to this this event, guys. So that's it for the GPC, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I definitely hoping Schady will win out from now and just claim the championship title. Also would be his first championship in in the league format. But that was our season, guys. What I can say about the future is two things. One, I will definitely be back in GPC for Gen 7, and two, this is also the last, most likely CPC will be uploaded earlier than this, so this is also the last Gen 6 upload you will see from me. From here on out it will be Gen 7, guys. We will be back with leaks, but that will take some time. I think that will be the new year, so that's in more than a month from now. But what can you expect in the meantime? In the meantime, you can expect definitely to see me around on channels of other leagues. I am going to do some analyst work in the CPC off season. I'm going to be an analyst, and also in another league which I'm really excited about, and I don't know if I can tell you guys. I think I can, but I don't know for sure, so I won't do it. So I'm going to do some analyst work then, and I also hope after I beat Sun and Moon that I can have some time and invest that time into just generating some Gen 7 content, mainly focused on mons, how they are potentially going to do in league format, and just definitely league format involved, because I just love the format, and I really hope with Gen 7 around that it will be so voice crack will be even more hyped than Gen 6 was. It definitely was a nice run, and I will definitely be back next season. So until then, guys, bye.